Yo, what's going on, guys? Hey, Cheryl and I are going to show you some shoulder exercises, 3 different kind, and we'll talk it out at the end.
Hey.
All right, so here we go. So the first one, Cheryl's got 8 pounders, and we're going to do a side lateral. We're going to talk it out. We're going to try and learn something. This is a side lateral. Nice. Good. She's tipping her pinky a little bit higher than the thumb at the top. Call it like a pouring a cup of coffee technique. Could help optimize. Pause. 2 and 1. She's trying to forget about the dumbbell in her forearm and just thinking about her elbow is the end of the resistance in her mind. That might let her feel her shoulders get more focus on. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do 3 more, Cheryl. Doing good. How's it feel?
Fantastic.
2, 1. Breath in. 3, 2, and 1. Now let's still do it slow. Let's do 3 in a row where we don't pause at the top. And 3. And 2. And hold it up there, 3. Hold it up there, 2. Down extra slow. Yeah, girl, good. All right, let me take and shake them out a little bit, and we'll go right into, we'll try a variation to the front. So that's a side lateral. Now we'll go out to the front. All right, show me what you got.
Both or single?
Yeah, it's up to you, whatever you want.
Okay, we'll do both.
Nice. So I'm doing the technique. A lot of you haven't seen me train people, but I'm doing it's called a touch technique. It's just a light little tap in the target area, and it helps the client know where to put their mind. Even though we know, it just helps. Fire up her mind muscle connection to try to feel the warmth in the correct target area. Good. So she's using pretty much the same technique where she's 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do 2 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And 3, and 2. Down extra slow and relax. So a lot of people want to, almost everybody, first thing they want is, been one of the busiest trainers in the world since 2000. They come to me and they do this. How do I get rid of this? It's the epitome of sex appeal, body image, self-image. Do we need to have ripped abs? No, but we want less circumference here, clothes fit better, and we feel sexy. I think that's what it's about. So with that being said, a lot of people initially try to diet the fat off. You can only eat styrofoam so long. So if you try to diet the belly off, you're going to enter the classic yo-yo syndrome, where you slow your metabolism down, you eat less and less, you start to lose weight initially, and then the weight loss drops, and you start to lose muscle mass, start to lose anabolic hormones, start to feel grouchy, tired, lethargic, and all of a sudden, then you eat a bunch of carbs, and so you have less muscle mass. Now when you eat more carbs, you gain more fat because your metabolism's slower, thus the classic yo-yo syndrome. A lot of people want to run cardio it off. It's not the right way. If you've been following me very long, which some of you have, you already know we're going to burn the fat off through weight training. Back, chest, and legs, the 3 big body parts. But we still want to sculpt our shoulders. So with that being said, if you've put a little bit of size on your shoulders, just cap them off a little bit, it gives the illusion of that middle section being less. So yeah, alrighty then. Any input to that?
Nailed it.
Pretty good? Okay. So how long have you been lifting weights, Cheryl?
16 years.
What? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what got you starting to lift weights 16 years ago?
Someone took a picture of me from behind, and I saw my butt. So, yeah.
Okay, so pictures, sometimes that'll happen. They'll get us going. Some people need a medical health scare. Some people need a picture. It just depends what's going to get someone to the point where they say enough's enough and make a change. How did you know lifting weights was the right way to not have a gooey, soft, not good looking butt? I'm assuming it wasn't that good.
I didn't initially.
You didn't what?
I didn't know that weights were a thing. I actually started on the cardio equipment. And then,
which is the first place where people start.
Right, and then I kept looking at the machines and the weights, and I was curious. And then I started to wander. And then before I know it, within a couple months, when I first saw definition, I was hooked.
So you saw a difference once you started lifting weights, and how did it feel when you initially started lifting weights? Was it scary to go in the free weight area with the guys with tattoos?
Yeah, a little bit. It was a little intimidating.
You can still remember it 16 years ago?
Absolutely.
Good. Well, she's obviously progressed very well. She's competed in figure before. I'm a little biased because she's a good friend of mine, and I think her figure is the epitome of what most women want. A little bit of muscle tone, still got the body fat level where it looks incredibly feminine and sexy. And so yeah, okay, let's move on. Okay, so the second chest movement, a little heavier. Yeah, let's do this one. So a little heavier. So on shoulder movements, you got basically two different types of movements. You got pressing something over your head, dumbbells or barbells, and you got pulls, standing pulls, elbows are higher than the resistance, or laterals, where elbows are higher than the resistance. It affects the shoulders differently. My shoulders were so messed up from my sports career that I couldn't even do any presses, so my favorite things to do are laterals and pulls. Now that I'm having some success at rehabbing my joints, I can do presses now, and that's exciting. But yeah, usually people say that they can feel the muscles working and building shoulder muscles a little bit more effectively on pulls and laterals versus presses. How do you feel about that? What's your situation? Can you feel the shoulders the same on presses and laterals and pulls?
No.
What do you like better?
I feel with different heads.
Do you like pulls or laterals, or do you like presses?
I actually like presses.
Do you?
Yeah.
So she's different than me. There you go. All right, so here we go. Let's show them our second pull or lateral movement. First one was the side lateral and front laterals. This is referred to as what? A standing dumbbell row?
Sure.
Okay. Nice breath in. Nice. I like the slow and controlled movement, super slow technique. For the 2-3 second hold at the top. You want to isometrically try to put your mind and squeeze water out of a sponge. You want to try to forget about the dumbbell. 2, 1. Good. 2, 1. Our elbows are definitely higher than the handles of the dumbbells. A visualization that helps is act like a string is a marionette. The string's pulling your elbows up to the ceiling. Don't get caught up into bringing those dumbbells up and thinking about them. Don't think about them. Think about your elbows. Does that help,
Yes,
Cheryl?
absolutely.
Let's just do no more pause and still slow and control. Let's do 3 in a row. And 3. 2. Extra slow, 3. Slow, 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 2. And there you go. Squeeze, isometrically squeeze right here and down. Nice. Good. In another exercise of the week video I shot for arms, I talked about the benefits of isometric squeezing and posing at a different type of an stimulus for the muscle, and also the ability to link up the mind-muscle neurologically connection so you can get more out of your exercise in the future because you're firing off more muscle fibers of that body part. You have competed in figure a couple times. Do you do any posing and isometric squeezing? You did then a little bit. So bikini's different, figure is in the middle. I don't even think there's any women bodybuilders anymore.
No,
but do you pose and isometrically squeeze your muscles?
Not as often as I should.
But you have.
But I have, absolutely.
When you do it, do you like it? What's it feel like?
It's a workout in itself.
Well, all right, so I didn't even tell her this. Why don't we try a couple? All right.
Okay, great.
So put your hands on your hips. This would be like a most muscle. It's not a pose a woman would do, but it is a pose and squeeze that they can maybe feel their shoulder muscles. Kick your elbows towards the mirror. Towards the camera. And then just sort of act like you're trying to smush your hip bones. Put your hands right on your side. So this would be like a guy would call it a hands on the hip, most muscular. And just pull your belly button in and just elbows towards the camera and just squeeze. 3. Try to squeeze 2. Try to squeeze 1. Nice. Wow, holy moly. Look at the deltoids on. Wow. Woo, look at that in the mirror. Look, turn and look in the mirror.
Nice.
How's that feel?
That's hot. Oh, sorry.
And relax. It is hot. She meant it feels hot like pokers on her shoulders. Okay, so another one would be like a hands on hips like this, where you're trying to smush a silver dollar and you're just sort of squeezing. Pull your belly button in. You can work your abs as well. Yeah, there you go. And just kick your elbows towards the mirror. And 3. Keep squeezing. 2. Nice. Keep squeezing. 1. Good. Turn to face the mirror, so it's you can get more in tune with the muscles during isometric squeezing and posing, because it's hard. It's very hard, and it's a big workout. And relax, good. So can you feel your shoulders a little bit on that one?
Yeah, my chest.
Yeah, you're absolutely gonna feel the chest, because that's like most muscles. All right, last shoulder one. I'm thinking chest. Why am I thinking chest? I don't know. Okay, let's sit you here. So we decided the one press movement we're gonna do is, you want me to hand it to you? Can you get it? So a reverse grip seated shoulder press. All right, so it's a curl bar. All right, here we go. Let's see what you got, girl. So I showed Cheryl, say that 3 times, showed Cheryl, showed Cheryl, showed Cheryl. So I showed Cheryl this reverse grip curl bar press for shoulders, because I haven't been able to do a shoulder press in the last 3 years because of my right beat up shoulder. So I'm so excited to have rehabbed it. So now I can do shoulder presses, but this was the only shoulder press I could do for like the 2 years before that. I could work my shoulders a little bit in a pressing movement, but it's easier to do when your rotator cuffs and your shoulders are beat up from, injuries and chronic athletic stuff. So Cheryl, you told me something when I showed you this before we shot the video, you said something. I forget what you said. Your chin's high. Yeah, there you go, chin high now. Mm-hmm. Chin high. Yep, bring it close to the neck. All right, chin stays up. Now drive and blow, and then now bring the head down after. There you go, that technique. Now as she comes down, the chin's high, so she can keep the bar close to her. Do women have Adam's apples?
No.
Okay, she doesn't have an Adam's apple, but close to her chin. Nice. We'll talk a little bit about this one afterwards. Let's just do 4 more. After all she's been done through, are you getting fatigued?
I can go all day.
You can? Oh boy. All right. Pause. Don't come too low. Let's keep it chin level.
Okay.
There you go. Atta girl. Good. We'll do 2 more. Chin high. Stay there for 3, 2. Slow and drive. Bring the head down. That movement of the head coming down, chin up, close to the neck. Stop right there. Breath in. Slow drive. After she passed chin, then she bringing that head down. We'll let her feel the focus and squeezing the shoulders a little bit more. Can you feel that at all?
Yes.
Let's do 1 more. Pause. 3. Pause. 2. Breath in. Very slow, 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 slow. Atta girl. Down slow. 3. Slow 2. And I got it. Nice. All right. So one thing I wanted to bring out, Cheryl, is you had said something to me. You'd seen me do this movement, but you hadn't really ever done it before. So when I showed it to you tonight, because we want to shoot it on the video, you said something to me. Do you remember what you said? You said, "Oh, it feels good. It feels like it's easier on my shoulder joint."
On my shoulder joint, absolutely.
And so
everything, my shoulder, my wrist, and my elbows.
And it was relatively nice, and I think it's a more natural grip with the curl bar and sitting in there really nice. Versus I might be able to shoulder press with traditional palm forward grip because of the progress I'm making, but I haven't been able to do it for 3 or 4 years. All right, so that's it. To make the waistline smaller, you need to weight train. Don't do diets, don't do cardio, don't just do that. You can add that to this, but you don't want to get too far away from weight training to failure and eating more carbs into it. And that's fun to know that you're going to get the figure that you want or the physique that you want, and you get to eat more carbs into it, right? Any parting words of wisdom to the guys too can learn from this, but the ladies about what we talked about on this?
Muscle burns fat.
So burn it off by weight training to failure.
Absolutely.
And if she's not a freaking classic example of something looking really sexy through weight training, how much cardio do you do?
I don't.
You don't do any cardio?
No, actually my weight training is my cardio if I superset. Really.
Yeah.
If I do hit it, it's high intensity, and it's maybe once every 2 weeks.
And where's your diet at as far as carbs? How many carbs do you eat? Do you have to restrict carbs? Do you get to eat carbs?
No, I'm eating everything in moderation at this point.
Cool, that's always a good way to go.
Yep.
All right, so I think this was pretty cool. You guys tell us what you thought. Would you like more of these kind of exercise of the week videos? So yeah, all right, this was fun. Until next time, you do have the power to change.
To make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Woo!